This is the first inking of a new Mythos-themed woodcut. I've tried a new technique, slightly illumination style. The exterior portion is going to be white line on black, the interior will be black line on white. And let's see how this looks with some ink on it. And now is when we find the low spots in the woodblock. And this is when we find if there's little bits of wood or other crud sticking to the block and they get into the ink. I clean them out of the ink slab, because if they end up on the block, they'll make little goobers. I don't really have a more technical term for them. They don't look good. They mess up the print. Okay, back to the block. See if we can get our Lovecraftian creature inked. You know, it's almost inevitable that the low spot in the block is a face or something else important to the overall artwork. Don't know if that's just Murphy's Law for printmakers, or the fact that perhaps I usually position important elements a little more towards the center of the block than the edges. Woodblock is never entirely flat, and it'll tend to be a little more warped in the middle, or at least the inking on that portion will be a little more difficult. I'm starting to get a little on there now. I do have a thinner roller than this sprayer, but I really prefer not to use it if I don't have to, because this white background here is a prime spot for a small roller to dip into. And once it dips into that area and the ink touches the white background, well, then that spot is going to show up in the print, or I have to carve it out, or sometimes, if I can, I'll cover it with a piece of tape temporarily and then carve the ink spot out, because I've gone through all the trouble of carving a nice white background. So why would I want to let a little mistake show up in my finished print? Okay. I may have to break out that smaller roller. That face, or rather faces, does not want to get inked. Alright, I'm gonna go find the smaller roller.